$15,000 to have this custom built home. Finally, the moment that I've been finally waiting for to finally bring you guys along on this journey. I'm super excited to show you guys what's behind me. Welcome to Project Roosevelt. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Roberto Saldana, and I'm a local realtor here in the Bay Area. And behind me is my newest project. Now, this is my first property ever purchased. As we get further along in the video, I will be explaining like kind of the strategy that I'll be using on this property, but essentially we're gonna be fixing it up. We're gonna be bringing it back to life and making it absolutely beautiful. So basically this will be like a fix and flip project. And you're probably asking yourself, why don't you just keep it and rent it out? So that answer will definitely be for another video, which I will be explaining in full detail, so stay tuned for that. And that just goes to show that in real estate, there's just so many opportunities and ways to make money. It's insane to even think about. So for this project, we will definitely be doing a fix and flip. And I really want to bring you along for the journey to pretty much see all the mistakes, all the challenges that I face to bring you guys value. And I'm sure that you guys will definitely learn something. It might even interest you down the road to even do something yourself, something like this. Now, without further ado, I need to stop talking and go show you guys inside. Let's go. This is it. So I'll be showing you guys the outside in just a moment, but first I want to bring you guys inside to see what we are working with. So as soon as you walk in, you do have the living room, right? You have a living room and you have a dining room. So a couple specs of the home. This is a 3-bedroom, 1 bath. We have a full kitchen, full bathroom. Now, since this is a fix and flip project, we are trying to keep costs down. We do have a budget that we're trying to stick to. And so the whole goal is to get in and out of this deal as quick as possible, but without sacrificing, a lot of the details. We're still trying to put, good quality products, materials, and to make this home look as nice as possible. So as you can tell, we do have hardwood floors. You could go the route of sanding it down and, staining it a nice, color, but in today's markets, we have been seeing a lot of, the vinyl planks. And so we are thinking about putting new vinyl planks throughout the entire house, including the kitchen, bathroom, which we'll go into right now. So I still haven't decided yet on the color. So we do have a couple samples here. We have a couple, lighter shade brown and a darker shade of more woody brown. And I have realized that the grays are going slightly out of style. And so they're not as trendy. And I'm really digging the light brown cream, kind of beige tone colors. So I might be going with that, but definitely leave in the comments below. What would you choose? What do you think we should go with? Definitely leave it down in the comments, which I will read, by the way, and will respond to. So make sure you comment down below. Now, if you come over here, this fireplace. We had a couple options here. So initially what I was thinking, I was trying to get rid of, this entire piece, because for me, I like symmetry. I was thinking about getting rid of this and just adding like a, one of those pieces of wood, I'm not sure what they're called, on top of the fireplace. But I had one of my good friends come in yesterday, and what he was telling me, you have to keep in mind, Roberto, this is not for you. This home is not for you. You're gonna sell it eventually. So try not to focus too much on all the tiniest details. And he was right. So instead, I decided to definitely keep that piece, just painting it all white. I'm still on the edge of deciding whether or not we should paint, the inside of the stone white to give it that contrast instead of that gray tone color, or we can just, get a good deep clean of the stone to bring it a little bit back to life. So that's kind of the idea here. Now, as far as walls go and paint colors, as basic as possible. So, and to save on cost. So we will be going with a white. I think the color is called like a white dove to give it, a little bit of, not super white, but kind of an off-white creamish tone. So we'll definitely be replacing all the baseboards, which most likely I'll be doing because we're trying to save on cost. So things like that I can personally do, including the landscaping, I will be definitely doing on my own to save on cost. We're on a budget, you guys. In terms of lighting, tons of natural light coming from this big window right here, which, by the way, the seller was telling me it's actually bulletproof, which is crazy. We will be doing recessed lighting on this part of the living room. But on this side, where we have the dining area, we'll definitely be including one of those, nice light fixtures, just to add some more life back into this dining room, which is pretty cool, because we do have the kitchen right next door. Now, before we enter into the kitchen, I do want to mention, we did have a couple options here as well, where we were thinking about just tearing down these two sections right here to open up the kitchen. However, as I'll show you in just a moment, we do want to keep this wall right here because it's going to help us when we install the stove. But in terms of this piece right here, we will be taking down this wall most likely just to open it up, the entryway into the kitchen. We will be removing pretty much everything. All these kitchen cabinets and countertops, pretty much empty. It's gonna be empty in the next couple weeks. Now, I do wanna give a huge shout out to my good friend, Sonny, who came yesterday and kind of gave me some guidance as to what I was planning to do with the kitchen. And so here's what we're gonna do. We do have 2 sinks and as well as laundry hookups. What I told him, I was planning on just keeping this open, not including the washer and dryer, but keeping it open. If the new buyer wants to include, the washer and dryer, they could do that. But what he said, we'll be putting a wall right here to kind of close this section off and making this almost like the laundry room / pantry area. And the reason why is because you still have so much space in the kitchen, right? And so we'll be putting almost like pocket door, sliding door to walk inside and get your, you can do your laundry in here and it's still separate from the kitchen, right? You don't want the laundry and the kitchen meshing together, right? We'll definitely be leaving the sink right here because you do have that natural light coming in and it's really nice, I think. And on this side, we're gonna be moving that stove. We're not gonna keep the same stove, by the way. We're getting a new one. We're gonna center it. That way we have cabinet space and countertops on each side, which is why we're gonna keep this wall, if you guys remember from the outside of the kitchen. Now, in terms of the fridge, we'll be putting it on this side of the kitchen. That way you still have a lot of counter space on each side of the sink. So that's the plan with the kitchen. Now let's go on to the bedrooms. But first, let me show you guys something here. So this wall right here, planning on cutting it open up until where it meets over here. That way we have a nice walkway into the hallway. So it most likely will end right here. We'll tear this part. It's gonna be a nice entry into the hallways. Now we have a closet right here, nothing much there. The bathroom. So the bathroom will definitely be tearing out everything. The bathroom will definitely be a full remodel, new shower tub, sink and vanity. That's pretty much what we're gonna do to the bathroom. Now, moving on to the first bedroom. There's not too much to do in this bedroom other than putting new floors, definitely the paint. Now, the only thing we will have to fix up is these windows. There's a lot of dry rot, and so we have a guy coming in this weekend to kind of turning that all out and installing new windows throughout the entire house. Now, another weird thing here, if you guys look inside, it has entryway into the second bedroom. So I'll meet you guys on the other side. Ta-da! So that closet actually unites together. So we'll most likely be putting a wall down the middle. That way there's separation between both the rooms. Same thing here, you guys, new flooring, white paint, fixing that dry rot, and putting new windows as well. Now this last bedroom, it is a little bit smaller, but once again, same thing, new flooring, paint, and then maybe putting a new closet door because it doesn't have one. And I'm really digging this hallway. Once you open up this part right here, the reason why is because in this area, I rarely see this. So follow me. That is the tour of the inside of the house. Now let's go outside. Now we're back outside. And one thing I forgot to mention when I was outside, I absolutely love this location. So I've actually lived in Richmond pretty much my entire life. And I used to walk these sidewalks and I still run every once in a while, around the neighborhood. And another great feature about this property as well is that it's right next to a newly built elementary school, landscaping wise. So as you can see, we do have a lot of dry grass, but we're not gonna be doing much to it. We are just gonna trim it down, cut out any excess weeds. The only thing we are most likely gonna change is this part right here. We're most likely gonna take out these bricks, level it down to kind of level area, and most likely put that black mulch, and then maybe put a couple plants here. That way it brings back some life. Now, let me take you guys to the backyard. We do have one extra door here that gives you access into the kitchen or out to the outside from the kitchen. Once again, a lot of dead grass. So most likely here, I believe the previous owners had a lot of dogs, and so they were digging up a lot of holes. So we're gonna have to level things out, most likely with a rototiller or something like that. I was thinking about putting mulch throughout the front area and the backyard, but in terms of our budget, that would have been really expensive just because there's so much. And so we're just gonna keep it just the way it is, but we are gonna, you know, do a little bit of landscaping. That way it looks clean. Now, it does have about 3, you know, trees / bushes around the entire house. We will be taking those out just because they're too close. I personally think that they're too close to the foundation of the house, and it's gonna look a lot cleaner. Same thing over here. We're gonna clean it out, bring it down to a nice size. So this piece is actually kind of interesting. The original owner had like a tetherball post, something like that, to play, you know, with the ball or whatever. So that's what that's for, but it doesn't look right because it doesn't have the pole anymore. So we're gonna take that out. One of the features that I thought was pretty interesting, because I haven't seen it in this area at least. You might be asking yourself, what in the world is that? That, my friends, is a well. So I'm not sure what part of the world you're watching this, but at least in this area in Richmond, California, we don't see that often. Here's another quick fact as well. The original owner, back in the 1950s, I believe, they paid $15,000 to have this custom built home. Now, the last part about this house is the garage. It's a pretty big garage, and the thing you'll notice, it is a detached garage. Just so you know, I will be replacing this door. Not a good look. So as you can see, we do have a pretty big garage. It's a 2-car garage. In here, not much work to be done. Most likely we'll be doing white paint throughout the walls, maybe even painting the workbench just to give it some life back. The only thing that kind of concerns me, but it's not such a big deal, is this garage. So if you get close, you will see that it's uneven, and that's due to the level of cement. So we do have a couple options here. One, they do sell this kind of like plastic seal where you can put it at the bottom of the garage, and that will help to seal it off. Or what we were thinking is cutting up a piece of the cement and replacing the cement to kind of level it off. That way it does close fully. I'm not sure if I mentioned it yet, but this property is actually on a corner lot. So we only have neighbors behind us and to the side of us, but not obviously towards the street, which is good because you won't have neighbors on this side. So 2 things that we're actually gonna be taking out are these 2 trees, just because, especially that one, I think it's really close to that window and it's preventing a lot of natural light from coming in, and so we'll be taking it out. And it's also too close, I think, to that foundation, which I don't want any problems with, or for the new buyer to have. So initially the idea was, if I would have kept this property, I would have definitely turned this into a full studio and almost put like a fence down the middle. That way the main house, you know, still has their backyard, and the studio people, they also have yard access. That would have been double rents. But unfortunately, we won't be keeping the property, but I'm still super excited for this project. And like I said before, you guys definitely subscribe, because I will be putting tons of content around this project specifically, and also just other educational content around real estate and real estate investing, because as you know, I am a real estate agent in the Bay Area. And if you ever have any questions around those topics, definitely leave it in the comments below, which I will respond to. Also, make sure to follow me on Instagram. You can DM me anytime, ask me any questions. I'm always happy to help. And you guys, I'm super excited for this project. I can't wait to bring you guys along on this journey. Like I said before, I'll most likely be making a lot of mistakes along the way, but we'll be learning together. But overall, it's gonna be an experience that I can't wait to share with you guys. I know I've already said that a lot, but I really mean it. And maybe it might inspire you to do the same. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace. I feel like I talked for days. My voice is dry. I'll see you in the next one, guys.